Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Alright, today might be a shorter stream than usual. And that is because there is not a lot I want to do today. Hey, if I do get a bit of an audience while doing this, I may stream another game. We'll see. Anyway, today we are playing Winds of Change again, and that is because I want to. Here it is. I want to do some cleanup. There are 2 more achievements in the game that I have not gotten yet, and I want to get them. I should be able to get them in today's stream, and after that, I can honestly say that Winds of Change is completed. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I looked at a guide so I can see how to get the remaining achievements, and they're pretty easy. So the first one involves Sovi. So let's reload this file.
Well, Monarch?
Now, it's really simple, actually. We have to deny Sovi's offer and make him leave. And there, no more than 6. Just one more to go. Let's see how this scene plays out of curiosity. There was no way that I could take such a risk. If he turned against us, he could destroy our entire cause. It was too risky. If his exile was even real, he'd be stuck with it.
Very well.
He takes a few steps back and rests against the edge of the boat. A few minutes later, after everything is said and done, we arrive in Museo. The docking process is short, since our pirate allies are masters of the art. Dominic steps forward, filling in the silence that overtook our ranks.
Well, this is it. We're ready to attack Balteus. Everything we've ever wanted is finally within our grasp. The voyage will take a day or 2, so we can plan on the way. For now, we need to ensure that we leave no stone unturned. Visit with your loved ones, say your goodbyes, because this is it. Once we leave for Balteus, our fates are as good as sealed.
His words are true, but fill the air with tension. The dawn of our final battle was here, and we needed to prepare. But planning the attack was easy. Our true task was accepting our possible death. This means saying goodbye and spending a final day or 2 with our friends. I should use this opportunity to make sure everybody is prepared for the final battle. As the leader, it was my job to ensure that we were all up to the task, no matter what.
I don't think there's anything left to say. Finish up your business, and we'll set sail when the monarch demands it. Act under the assumption that you only have 1 or 2 days before departure. I don't want to rush anything as important as a goodbye, but every moment we waste is a moment for our enemy to prepare. I trust that we'll find a happy medium and embark without regret.
Everybody nods, agreeing with his words. I can't believe that the time was finally here. Until now, it seemed like a dream, out of reach. But it's right in front of me. This is it. Our journey was in its final hours. I tense up with worry. We make our way off the boat, embracing what little time we had left. Oh, troop morale rose by 10% anyway. I guess they're happy that I said no to Sovi. Yeah, this is talking about heart to hearts and no loyalty scenes and fast travel. Okay, so that's one of the achievements I need. And now the last one is to finish the story and have everyone survive. Yeah, when I last played, Pro and Howl did not survive. And that was a sad day. But, I believe it was this file that I saved. Wait, no, it wasn't that file. This was a file I saved for recording Ulrich's Heart to Heart scenes for YouTube. Hold on, Chad. Uh, okay, I have everyone's loyalty scene, and I see you found the new redeem eld. Yeah, I noticed it in chat, so I looked at OBS. There's no sound for that redeem, at least for now. I didn't think of a sound for it yet. Alright, we need to talk. So, at the end of the finale stream, I was curious to see what would happen if Grizz, I tapped into the spirit's power instead of letting Grizz do it. After I did that, Grizz, looked like he didn't die, but while everything was happening with Sophie and Howl and the big plot twist, Grizz said nothing. In fact, we didn't even acknowledge that Grizz was there, and that had me very curious. So, I thought I was going to do everything off screen until we were at the point before Pro, could possibly die. So, I'm at the point now where we can go to Balteus. So, let's, start the final act. I'm gonna hold the skip button. And look at that. There's Dominic. There's Grizz. He's alive. Yeah, I was surprised, so I immediately stopped before I kept going. Basically, I said, return to leave, but we were quickly interrupted. It's the last person I expected to see, but I'm not surprised. And there's Grizz being all, leaving without me, Dominic? I thought you wanted me to come along. Like, he survived! He's alive! I am starting to understand now how Pro survives if Grizz is alive, but let's see what happens.
Hey, Grizz, happy to see you. We weren't leaving, just getting on board. Hopefully everyone else will take the hint and follow suit.
Fair enough. Hey there, Monarch. Dominic told me everything when you got back from Alarinthia. It seems like we were looking at things the wrong way all along. At least I definitely was. I thought that my death in those tunnels would redeem me. But now I know that my fate lies elsewhere, in Balteus.
I'm glad that his outlook has changed. I couldn't let him kill himself back in our HQ. He was just lost and needed some direction.
At first, I was furious that you denied me my redemption. But when Dominic came to see me, I looked at it differently. I was meant to survive those tunnels and help your final attack.
He holds out his hand, awaiting my response.
What do you say? To the Triumvirate's fall? Mazeo can rest with Lilith for now.
Yeah, to the Triumvirate's fall. I shake his hand, and his grip is firm. The support our cause is getting overwhelms me.
Thank you, Monarch. Let's put the past behind us. Honestly, I think all of us want to forget about those tunnels. I promise that from here on out, I'll maintain a clear mind.
I nod, and we start making our way towards the boat. Our vessel is the same one we used to get to Alawinthia. It's a bit bigger than the rest, and would work as a mobile HQ. When I get to the deck, I turn around and look at the docks. Everyone is saying their final goodbyes, since we might not make it back. I give them all the time they need, and slowly watch as they board our fleet. Actually, I might not make it back either. That thought fills me with pride. Taking one last look at Mazayan soil, I say goodbye under my breath. What happened next would change the course of Alestian history forever. And now that the game is letting me do this, look how fast we can skip all of these cutscenes. Here's my inspiring speech. For the monarchy! I'm gonna skip more of this. The epic attack. We're gonna incapacitate Shane, because we have to do that for Dominic to survive the story. We're gonna. Oh, wait, Oh, the door to the shack swings open, startling me. I turn around to see Grizz look around, oblivious to my presence. Also, he has a scene here. After a few moments, he notices me and lets out a nervous laugh.
I never thought I'd see this place again. This is where I used to live, before I joined the Triumvirate. A simple shepherd. That's all I was. They said they saw greatness in me. But now I know that all they saw was a naive man ready to serve. They prey on the weak, on those whose minds can be warped. I'm a different man now, but perhaps my change came too late.
He steps forward and places his hand on the table.
I don't know if this is important or not, but Balteus has changed. It used to be a beautiful place, but now it's almost like it's dying. I can't put my finger on it, but something bad is happening here. So be careful, all right? We can't lose you, Monarch. But if it's within your power, I'd like to see Balteus restored. Placing your throne here and settling down would be a good idea.
I agree, even though I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about. Alteus has changed? It's dying? I'm not sure how that works. Oh, if Grizz was here, he would have foreshadowed Balteus's state of dying. But he's not one to lie, so I just let him continue talking.
They made me kill my flock of sheep before joining them. They said it symbolized the death of my old life and the start of my new one. I felt awful, but I still chose to comply. I wasn't the smartest when I was younger. That's why I wear the skin of my favorite sheep. I called him Lassiter. I wore him as a tribute, but he slowly turned into a symbol of my resentment. Seeing him every day, that constant reminder, was part of why I defected. I couldn't live with what I did, so I sought redemption. Of course, you know the rest, so I won't bore you. Thank you for listening to an old man's ramblings.
Oh, I give him my sympathy. That was an awful thing to experience. They use their status as gods to manipulate young and impressible people. First Ulrich, then Sobi, Reg. Man, killing what represents your past life before serving the Triumvirate, that's awful. I can imagine that abandoning your moral code is easier if it's to impress gods like them. I'm glad that he survived those tunnels and chose to assist us in the final battle. I make sure to tell him that, and he gives me a wide smile in exchange.
That means a lot. It really does. I want to see the triumvirate fall, even if it means losing my life. Giving everybody out there a happy future, now that would let me rest easy. Of course, my survival would be preferable. I promise not to do anything too reckless. You have my word. That's all I can really give you for now. I hope that it's enough.
He starts walking around the shack, inspecting things. There must be a lot of memories here, if this is where he used to live. It's probably best to leave him to himself, given the current circumstances. Now I can skip all of this. Oh. Shoot. I'll go with Pro if that's okay with you. I know the layout of the castle, and he'll need some backup. We can't expect him to hold off an entire horde of suits at once.
Very well. Grizz will accompany Pro. The two of them will have no problem clearing the castle. The bulk of the honor guard will be with me in the town square. Alright.
Skipping all this, we discover... Oh! Oh, Grizz had nothing to say about the librarian. Okay, now to fix my
The spirits would be more
mistake
useful
with
in
Howl.
the blade than this body. But like we said, one can remain to aid you in fighting. What do you say, Monarch? What will you do?
I'm not going to remove the spirits. We're leaving you as you are, Howl. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be responsible for their extinction. Even if they were already dead, I couldn't be the one to end it. I let him know that fact, and I could tell that he's immediately upset.
Very well, Monarch. It is a mistake, but it is your mistake to make. After all, you still live, free to make your own choices.
With a stern look on his face, he storms out the room. I can tell that I let him down, but I think I made the right choice. As I turn back to face the room, I keep telling myself that fact. Howl, you'll thank me later. Trust me. Maybe I should, quote-unquote view these one-on-one times just in case.
I have to ask you something, though. If the people don't respect your rule, what will you do? Will you work hard to earn it? Or will you demand it through fear?
Since this doesn't affect anything, let's, hear his other reaction to a different choice. I'd work hard and earn it the right way.
Good. That's what I like to hear. We can't resort to methods used by our enemy. If we did that, then nothing would change in the end. Just don't go down in history as a pushover. Even the best ruler needs to put their foot down, you know. Trying to give everybody what they want would just drive you mad.
Yeah, that's why I set at the middle option on the canon playthrough. He shrugs, realizing it's probably a good idea to change the subject.
I don't see any reason to keep it around after the war is over. So tell me, if you get the chance to destroy it, will you?
Of course.
Good.
Alright, let's do everyone else. And, I'll look for last. Oh! Minotaur, thank you for the raid! Oh, why did two alerts happen at the same time? I better fix that. Hey, thanks for being here. How was your stream? Metal Raid. Hi, Metal Aster. Welcome. I'm RPG Gamer 16. I'm an author and a content creator. I'm writing a book and I write short stories on stream. Today we're playing Winds of Change. we're doing a lot of spoilery stuff, and that's because I'm doing achievement cleanup. I want to get the last 2 achievements before I put this game down for good. You got a Pokemon Titan down in Scarlet? Awesome! Hey Bowser K44. Hey guys. Yeah, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Alright, time to do some more skipping. Until we get some new dialogue. With Grizz too, I presume?
Yes, of course. You know me. I'd never forget anything. You're in for the distraction of a lifetime, Monarch.
He smirks at me, a confident, cocky smirk. Let's get back to skipping. Ah, new scene. Pro and Grizz enter the Triumvirate's castle, careful not to attract attention. The staircase in the middle is the one that led to their chambers, for sure. This meant they'd have to lure the honor guard off to the left or right side. Paths on either side of the stairs lead to other sections of the castle. If Pro had to guess, he'd say that they led to living quarters or practice rooms. Much to their luck, a horde of honor guard was gathered at the base of the stairs.
Alright. How can we lure them away? Think, Pro, think! You can do this!
Not so loud, Pro. We need a plan before they find us. Let's look for something we can use as a distraction.
Pro examines the area, noticing large metallic stands holding lit candles. That would be sure to cause a distraction, but how would he use it? His eyes are drawn to large stained glass windows lining the hall.
That'll have to do. Come on, Grizz. Let's do this already. Hopefully the Monarch isn't too far behind.
He starts moving towards the candle holders, but Grizz grabs his shoulder.
No, not that side. It leads to the dining hall and a dead end. You'd only be signing your own death warrant.
Grizz, thank you. It's thanks to him for warning Pro about the dining hall. So that's how Pro died, because of the dead end. And now that Grizz is here, he just saved his life. Awesome. Pro nods without a word, and they make their way to the other side of the room. They both grab one of the stands and shake off the candle on the other end. It hits the ground, and the wax shatters in almost every possible direction.
Hey! Over here!
In unison, both Pro and Grizz start breaking the windows with their weapons. The honor guard takes notice immediately and starts sauntering over. Pro grins, laughing softly at how easily it was to distract the suits.
Perfect. Now we just need to make a trail. Come on! Don't let us get away!
I love how more playful Pro sounds here. In my canon playthrough, Pro sounded more scared and serious. Going to look while all you get eats? Alright, Minotaur, have a nice look. They run down the hallway, shattering window after window. A trail of broken glass is left behind for the suits to follow after. However, they move slow on purpose, keeping an eye on the horde. We can skip this now. Alright, eventually, Pro and Grizz's path lead them to a large hallway. Plenty of open space to fight and destroy the horde in pursuit of them. The distraction worked perfectly. Now they just had to deal with the company.
Pro, what weapons do you have?
Grizz readies his large warhammer.
Daggers. My favorite. Up close and personal.
He draws them and stands beside Grizz.
So, you've fought these things before?
Yeah, plenty of times. It'll be a piece of cake. Trust me.
Right.
A few moments pass, and the honor guard finally catches up with them. The horde seems to have tripled in size. Everything was going their way. At this rate, the monarchs should have almost no opposition at all.
Be mindful of where you stand, Pro. If this hammer is good at anything, it's crowd control. I don't want to hit you while I'm fighting off the enemy.
Yeah, got it. I'll stay low and out of your way.
Grizz nods, and they stand side by side as enemies fill the room.
Ready?
Ooh, I like that. Screenshot. Pro gulps.
Let's do this.
They charge into the crowd, and the fight begins. Pro makes sure to stay below shoulder height as Grizz swings his hammer. He takes out about 10 or more suits with every swing of that mighty hammer. I like that the hammer has, sheep heads. Pro rolls on the floor, taking them out with precise stabs to the abdomen. Shattering like glass, the suits are falling at a rate that guarantees their victory. Both men pant from exhaustion as they fight what was hopefully their last fight. For peace in all of Alestia, all they had to do was prevail. As the crowd thins out, they press their backs against one another. The enemies may be swinging their swords, but they landed no hits.
So, this is what I was meant to do.
Huh?
Grizz swings his hammer, taking out 10 more. Then, seconds later, they're back-to-back once again.
Back in Mazeo, I was ready to throw my life away. You know, to atone for what I did in the Triumvirate's name. I'm glad that I didn't. I was meant to end them, not myself.
Pro smiles at his ally.
I'm glad you made the right choice then!
He lunges forward, continuing to kill the suits of armor. Grizz scoffs, a wide smile appearing on his face as he fights.
No, not me. It's all thanks to the Monarch.
The battle continues, but the enemies stood no chance. They were killing the suits faster than they entered the room, and after what seemed like an eternity, they entered no more. Pro falls to his knees, struggling to catch his breath. Even Grizz seems winded as well. What a thrilling dance that was! However, as they learn moments later, it's not yet come to an end. Another group of hordes start making its way into the large hallway. They laugh. Of course this wouldn't be as easy as they thought. Charging into the crowd again, the fight continues, almost endless.
There's too many of them! We need to do something and fast!
There's nothing we can do. Just stand your ground. Keep fighting.
The swings and stabs become weaker with each passing moment. What was once a certain victory is now falling apart in the face of exhaustion. But they don't give up. Never accept defeat, not until the very end. That was the first rule of any good gambler. And with their lives as chips on the table, they continue to play. The floor becoming a sea of white and gold in the wake of their rage. All they had to do was pray that they didn't drown in it. As their strength dwindled, they keep fighting, never giving up. That determination saw them through, right to the bitter end. They're going to make it. I have a feeling that they will this time. Okay, as for Hal, in this moment, Hal was thankful that all of his power remained intact. Had the monarch heeded his request, he would surely be close to death. Thankful for that fact, he fought on with an ever-increasing sense of determination. Wait, eventually a barrage of arrows assaults him? Piercing through his torso, he grunts in immense pain. However, the pain was minimal compared to the pain he normally felt. He pulls out the arrows and throws them down on the ground. Blood spills from the wounds, but he shows no signs of pain. Such wounds do nothing to a body powered by the monarchy. All he had to do was fight until the bell was rung. But that was the question on everybody's minds right now. With such an immense task before him, would Fortem succeed? It seemed that right now, almost everything lay in his hands. Hal fought ruthlessly, hoping to hear the bell and find relief, but with each passing second, the hope within him dwindled. Okay, let's skip all of this. We'll liberate Halen. We'll get my arm chopped off by Sovi. And here we are. Where the Triumvirate stand. I'm gonna make a separate save state. There. I'm gonna say this right now, chat. I want to make a YouTube video focusing on talking with the Triumvirate. I don't want to do it now. I don't feel like I don't want to. I don't want to talk to them and possibly affect the ending. So we're gonna kill the Triumvirate. We're gonna go through this scene again. 1, 2, 3.
I guess I'm no longer the strongest member of the rebellion. I'm proud of you, Monarch. You saw this through to the bitter end.
I just wanted to hear that line again. I love Ulrich so much. And I love this song too. I listened to this on my own after I played the game, and it was a nice listen. Actually, hearing it in game just broke me down to tears. But hearing this without the game is more of a nice. It's a more relaxing tune to listen to. And now we can see the endings, the different endings. After the war, Pro settled down in Museo and started to write. He wanted to chronicle everything about the major players of the war. Working with any rebel survivors, he pledged that their story would never be lost.
His works would go down in history as the most detailed records of wartime. People would aspire to write like him, but to this date, none have come close. Considered one of the greatest historians in Alessia, he retired and lived a peaceful life. He knew that his writings could influence the people's perception in a large way. To this end, he constantly wrote you letters to ensure he had your approval. These monarch-approved writings were the highest seal of quality to Alessians. Almost operating as a team, you ensured that only the true history was written down. As the victor, you could have told the people anything, but you were a just and honest ruler. You helped Pro achieve his dream of using information for good. He never harmed with it again. Pro's identity as the mole within the rebellion never came to light. However, even if it did, he had done enough to make up for his actions. Many aspired to write like him, but none could achieve such prowess. After the war, Ulrich did his best to assist the throne and serve the monarchy. There was much to take care of, and things were chaotic after the fog of war settled. But he was up to the task, and he did everything in his power to make the world a better place. In his spare time, he would visit New Alarinthia and assist Vivian as well. Having achieved his dream of a changed nation, it made sense to help out. It would take a while before every Alarinthian adjusted to this new lifestyle. During your reign, you had never known a more loyal ally. Though his past was with the Inquisition, his future was with you. Your love was strong, and ruling together was a joy. The world was at peace. He took on the job of helping the world adjust to the new status quo. Spreading the news of the Triumvirate's fall, he helped people understand. It was a task as monumental as it was long to complete, but he did complete it. The world embraced your rule, and Alestia was forever better because of it. Insurrections were rare and insignificant. Things were peaceful, all thanks to you. As your right hand and lover, Ulrich did everything in his power to keep it that way. Thanks to your efforts in lifting his curse, Ulrich was finally able to grow old. Though death was now capable of taking him, he seemed happier than ever before, especially now that he had somebody like you by his side to grow old with him. Thanks to your efforts, Ulrich was able to live a happy life, free from the Triumvirate. The shadows of his past soon dissipated, and he turned into a new man, truly loved by the people. Though his secrets never came to light, he had certainly done enough work to make up for them. You never. Howl survived the war, despite several grievous wounds. His body mended them with ease, and his life continued as normal. He dedicated his life to assisting the throne and recording history. But not current history. He wrote about the old monarchy and their ways. It was almost as if the spirits inside him felt regret at their actions. Nobody knew why Howl had this change of heart, but it was for the better.
Good.
As he wasn't appointed as your advisor, he had plenty of time to complete that task. His writings would be placed in the Grand Library and go on to be read by almost everybody. It helped solidify that the rebellion was correct. The Triumvirate did not deserve to rule Alestia. Thanks to your efforts, Howl was able to live a happy life. He was rarely seen outside of the castle and mostly stuck to writing. But to him, it was worth it in order to teach the world more about his kind.
I'm gonna slowly skip.
After
Wait. Oh, shoot. After finding himself fully redeemed, Grizz returned to his office as mayor. Honoring the pirate treaty he had coordinated, he helped Mazeo adjust to every change. He had long since been forgiven by the people, but it was only now that he forgave himself. Awesome. Man, I'm happy.
One thing,
Grizz has become
Shane-
another one of my favorite characters.
his job stayed.
After seeing him help, Together, all comrades survived the final battle! We did it! And that's all 57 achievements! We've completed Winds of Change! We haven't seen everything yet, though. I gotta reunite with my allies first and foremost.
Monarch! I'm so glad you made it. When the castle started shaking, I feared for the worst. I'm just glad I got to ring that bell. I saved so many lives.
I'll admit, I was starting to worry as well. Sorry if you were scared when we parted ways earlier. But thanks to those daggers, they didn't stand a chance.
I'm not gonna lie, I was almost dead meat. If it weren't for Grizz, I would have been a goner for sure. Here I thought that I preferred sneaking alone.
I'm glad that you saw it through to the end, Monarch. Something told me that helping you was the right thing to do. After today, I can rest easy knowing that I made the right choice.
Then I see Oleg approach me from the other side.
Everything went as planned. I bet you have some pretty interesting stories to tell. Save it for later, though. There's a lot of work to do.
Seeing you again is certainly a welcome surprise, Monarch. You hold the honor of being the one who took down the Triumvirate. Wear that badge with pride. You've guided the world to a perfect future.
You'll never guess what happened, Monarch. Just as I was about to fall in battle, Shane came to my rescue. I'm not sure where he is now, but I've sent out a search party.
Everyone's alive! Now this is the canon ending now.
Wait, rest? You know there won't be any time for that, right? You're the ruler of this world now. There's still so much left to do.
He's right. Taking down the Triumvirate was just the first step. We need to tell the people what happened, and earn their loyalty.
But it won't be all bad, right? I mean, we'll have your back the entire time.
Whoa, watch your step, Monarch. Here, let's find you a place to sit down.
Yeah, then we can talk about what happens next. Remember, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
You know, these two have a good reason for always surviving this game. Fortem's job of ringing the bell was super important, and if Sovi was not out with you, Ulrich would be here fighting by your side against the soldiers and the and uh Halen. I I really don't want to know if Ulrich cuts your arm off to fool the triumvirate. And I think I'm better off not knowing. I'd rather not see my favorite character chop my arm. That would most definitely be a good reason to break up with him. And here's the credits again. Man, what an awesome game.
Just like the waves across the sea, we were strong, wild and free. Oh, how we laughed, how we cried, our voices echoed through the night. Nothing mattered in this world except you.
Alright, we need to talk about this. So, character credits. Ulrich belongs to Falir. I wondered what that meant, so I looked up Falir. And he's actually not an artist, but someone who created Ulrich. So, I guess all these people worked together with the creator of Winds of Change to put their characters in the game. Yeah, Falir has an account and he's commissioned artists to draw Ulrich in various ways. I saw some of them. So, if I have someone to thank for introducing me to one of my favorite characters of all time, it's Falir. So, that kind of changes perspective on things. Not seeing Ulrich as a fictional character of Winds of Change, but as a character created by another person who got Ulrich into a video game. I really want to know the stories behind how they got these characters, their OCs, into this video game. But I haven't found it yet. I would love to read their stories. You know what, maybe this will make a good thumbnail for the stream archive. Alright, that's that. That really ends Winds of Change. I honestly was gonna end the stream here, but since we got a raid, I'll continue streaming. I'll change games. I already have a game in mind that I want to play today, so give me a bit. Let me at least do the outro for this particular video first, though. Okay, for the people watching this archive on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're watching this live, we are gonna play a different game. But for you people watching afterwards, that's it for Winds of Change. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.